Hey everyone and anyone, thank you for being here. This is funny because this is my second time trying to record this because I recorded for 10 minutes or 11, I'm not really sure, and I left my mic muted. So, yeah, anyway, thank you to all the new subscribers. I really appreciate it. Today I'm going to talk about my life as a support main. You know, I really like playing support. I think it's really fun. And I really enjoy the ability to kind of save teammates and help us get an advantage in 1v1 fights or whatnot, stuff like that. It's great, and as a support, you really gain the ability to read the field, and I'm able to call out when ults are coming, like way before there's um, any sign of it. It's just, I'm not trying to brag, it's just the fact that I've gotten so accustomed to the timing and how fast people gain ults. I'll tell you that Pharah has an ult, and I know I can't see her, and I would tell you Pharah is going to ult next. I'll tell you Reaper's going to ult. I'll see him, and Reaper, Pharah, and Soldier generally stays in positions where he's going to ult as well, so it's harder to tell. But Pharah's super obvious when she's going to ult. Why would you stand that close or fly that close to somebody when you have these massive rockets you can shoot at a distance, unless you were planning on releasing your entire arsenal? And, well, Reaper in general will just jump to a high spot and stand there staring at you. So if you don't see that coming, you're just blind. But that's great, and I love having that ability. It's just I wish teammates would listen to me when I tell them, because you gain all this foresight, but I believe foresight's the word, I don't really know. But you gain all this ability, and nobody actually wants to take your advice, which sucks, but you know, that's life as a support. That's why I switched to Zenyatta. So when I see Reaper or Pharah coming up to ult, I take them out. Pharahs are the easiest targets to take out while ulting. It's sad. I kind of wish, even though I don't play her, I kind of wish you could cancel it, because you're just doomed. You're just, as soon as you hit that Q, your fate is up to everyone else. But yeah, as a support, being able to read all that is fantastic. But there are not so fantastic parts, I will tell you. And that mainly comes in the form of Tracer, Genji, and Winston. Those are my biggest issues. Tracer's at the bottom of that issue list because she's so easy to kill, though she's hard to hit, but she stays in one, her movement is very linear, I guess, because she doesn't go upwards. But Winston and Genji have more dynamic methods of ruining my day, Genji being worse. But here's the thing, as I switched to playing Zenyatta as my new current support main, I'm OG Mercy main, but you know, I play them all just depending on the situation, but I've been playing Zenyatta mostly. Because I've noticed that the game will start out with no Winston, and then we'll kill a bunch of them, and then all of a sudden, I hear this distant roar, and then I look to the sky, and I see the silhouette of a giant fucking ape coming straight towards me. And he lands, drops his fucking shield of doom, and goes at me. And my teammates don't seem to acknowledge this, or I guess everybody expects that somebody else is going to deal with a problem. Well, you're listening to that somebody else. The support is dealing with the giant ape that can speak and turns red like a demon Hulk. And when it comes to DPS, you know, with Zenyatta's Discord and Winston's truck-size hitbox, Zenyatta should win in a straight just DPS versus DPS battle. But for some reason, this ape has the ability to juke like he's been in, I don't know, the NBA or the NFL for his entire life before he joined Overwatch. Not to mention his giant ass Shield of Doom, which he shuffles in and out of constantly. And that becomes an issue, so, you know, a lot of times I want to destroy the shield, but Zenyatta's ammo He's very annoying, and that's why I've said multiple times I need him to have 5 more shots so I can take down shields and targets. But yeah, Winston's a little bitch. But I deal with it. I deal with it because nobody else wants to. But Genji is complete hell. The fucking Power Ranger that climbed his way out from the underworld. For some reason, even though, you know, I guess because he has the double jump, he can move midair. But I can't hit him. He turns into a little ball, it becomes the size of a pea. He darts at me. And then, not to mention the fact that he's so hard to hit. But when you finally get an opportunity to hit him, he spams his deflect. So you're like, okay, I'm going to wait. And after he deflects, he charges. Or not charge, but yeah, he darts at you. Goes through your body like a goddamn phantom. And then the whole thing repeats. His cooldowns are like just low enough to where he can just repeat that process over and over and murder you. Short windows to murdering a Genji. But when you do it, when you get that last rock hard nut in his face, it's liberating. I will tell you. What's not liberating is when you're very far away from the Genji and you see him pull out his blade of death and he starts speaking in foreign tongues and you swear he's speaking in two different voices at once like a demon, and he darts straight at you. You guys make eye contact from across the map, and this dude just flies over everybody. There's a Mercy on the left who's, you know, one dart will murder her, but that Genji comes for you because he knows your ult's at 98% and you're about to ruin his day, and he ruins your day, and I hate it. But Zenyatta's ult also is pretty much the best counter to Genji's ult. I guess Lucio's counter is pretty good too, but Lucio's counter is slower, and I've seen Genji just tear through it. But Zenyatta, the fantastic part about his ult is as soon as you hear Genji ult, you pop yours, and now you don't. Here's where there's some confusion sometimes with people is they follow their teammates around, but the thing is your teammates aren't always grouped up. What you do is, and it's really funny because it pisses the Genji off so much to the point he'll call you out in chat how much he hates you, you just follow the Genji around. Wherever Genji goes, you stand on top of him like a guardian angel, except you're doing the opposite for him. You're just ruining his life. I love it. It's great feeling. But that's I've done that so many times, and especially games where you and Genji just your ults are just synced. So I always have it when he has it, and they always come into chat and they're like, "Zenyatta, I hate you." It's not because I'm doing anything, and not because my healing's that great or I'm getting kills. Simply because I'm ruining the Genji who thinks he's gonna carry by just being alive. It's great. I love it. Mercy's great too. You know, obviously her reses are fantastic. Wish teammates would push together and die together, but what am I gonna do? That's why a lot of time, like say quick play, when we're making a push and a couple people die, I'm more willing to res them because the enemy teams kind of get scared. Enemy teams in quick play are usually quite passive, so you res 2 people, you'll be able to heal more. And Mercy gets her res, her ultimate faster than I guess pretty much any other character. I've gotten it at Symmetra in like the first 15 seconds. I don't know how, it was nuts. But Mercy, Symmetra get their ult so fast, there's no point really being extremely conservative about it. But it is, again, like most things in this game, extremely situational. But you gotta learn as Mercy to be a little bit more generous with your reses, because your teammates aren't gonna always die together. And by resing 2 people, you might turn the fight in your favor to the point where no one else is gonna die. That's pretty much all I have to say on these subjects. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the morrow.